Hey, everybody, happy Monday. It's Cindy Baker, ADHD productivity coach here. And I just have some more tips for you. Each week, I try to give you some practical things that you can do to try to really reach your full potential as an adult with ADHD. And so there are a few things, and some of these are just common sense, and you've heard them before, but they're things that we really should focus on. So if you are jumping on live, if you could say hi in the chat, let me know where you're tuning in from. Hey, everybody. Yep. Everybody, yeah, we got a lot of Southerners. So I'm from a suburb of Memphis, and that's why I have a Southern accent. But if you're watching the replay on any of these platforms, let me know. Just say hashtag replay. It helps me to know what topics you're interested in. And if you are on live, just say hi in the chat. So the first thing is to make exercise a daily habit. It doesn't have to be like crazy exercise, but you need to have some movement. Because ADHD brains, we have trouble releasing dopamine. And exercise, particularly exercise that gets your heart rate up, excuse me, releases large amounts of dopamine. And that will help you focus. Find an activity that you enjoy, that you can get into. For me, I like to go to classes because it makes me go at a certain time. I'm with other people, so there's accountability. And there's no way on my own I would do what this crazy lady asked us to do with weights and all that other kind of stuff. But also like swimming and walking and running, walking the dogs. So anything that's interesting to you, that's going to make you get your heart rate up, maybe sweat a little bit. ADHD brains strive for control and self-mastery. So see if you can hyper focus on your next exercise obsession. It'll be good for you. And kind of along with exercise, and this is something I'm working on, but I'm not that great at, and that is to watch your diet. We all know that junk food and empty carbs is not good for many reasons, but it's amazing what it can do for your brain. If you get your diet under control, you're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to think clearer. You're going to be able to focus longer. You're going to feel better emotionally. But if you eat a whole bunch of sugar, it just kind of hacks into your brain's pleasure pathway, and it makes us think we're getting dopamine, but we're really not. And then we have a crash. So cut out all the extra sugars, eat more fruit and vegetables and that type of thing. And this is not something to do just in the short run. This needs to be a lifestyle, something that you're going to stick with long term, a sustainable lifestyle. Okay. Another tip is just to learn everything that you can about how your ADHD brain works. This is one of the things we do in my my group coaching program. But that's because the more that you know about your brain and the ADHD, the better you can brainstorm solutions. Excuse me. Oh, what's wrong with my voice? And, managing ADHD, it's something you're going to have to do for the rest of your life. And so don't think, oh, I'm going to take this pill, or I found this one thing. You're just setting yourself up for disappointment. That's one of the things we do in my coaching program, is I try to help people develop habits and structures that they can maintain for life. So, learn about your brain, make adjustments in the way that you do things based on how your brain works, and you'll see improvements. And it'll be maybe small at the beginning, But then when you look back, like 6 months from now, you're going to be amazed. Now, another tip, I've mentioned this before, and I can't stop to say it enough, and that is to write everything down. Write everything down. How much should you write down? Everything. It's like, they call it a brain dump, but unload your mental baggage. Don't trust your brain to hold all that stuff in your head. Don't trust your brain to remember anything. If you have ADHD, you have short-term memory issues, whether you realize it or not. And this applies to everything: priority lists, journaling, taking notes, everything. The more you put on paper, the less stress you'll have, because the less your brain has to remember. Less remembering means less stress. So write things down. I promise this works. And it makes them, makes you feel like you have more control over them. It makes them real because you've named them. Don't get caught in the ADHD brain spiral, or thought spiral, I guess. Write your thoughts down. Even if they're dumb, write them down so you can just get rid of them. But really try that. There's I could do a whole training about that. And another thing, this is like the whole basis of my coaching program, is that I want people to not see ADHD as a weakness. It's just a unique skill set. It's a unique way your brain is wired. And if you can tap into that and figure out how it works, you're really going to see that it has a lot of strengths and instead of weaknesses. So don't get stuck like in the whole self-pity thing. I can't stand that when I see people on social media that complaining about how ADHD has ruined their life. And it doesn't have to ruin your life. It's a unique way that your brain is wired that you can actually use to your advantage. So nobody's going to solve your problems for you. Nobody's going to say, oh, okay, you have ADHD, so I'm going to let you off the hook. Oh, you're going to have to figure out how to work with it. It's your responsibility to make your ADHD work. Now, you can figure that out on your own, or you can hire me to help you, which is much easier and much faster. But it's your responsibility either way. So don't try to be like everybody else. Don't try to be, conform to fit in with the world. It's going to leave you burned out. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to be fulfilled. Instead, you be you. Be creative. Think outside the box. That's what we're good at, after all. And along with that, just kind of a bonus, you might even want to try some supplements like fish oil, things like that have helped people with ADHD, with brain focus. Also zinc and vitamin D3. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. So those are things you'll have to research. But those are just a few tips that I hope helps you if you're an entrepreneur with ADHD, or you're just an adult professional, or maybe you don't even have a diagnosis, but you really resonate with those symptoms. I encourage you to reach out to me if you are interested in getting help. Besides my coaching, I have courses, I have a VIP day, I have one-on-one coaching. So reach out, let me know, and we'll chat. We'll see if it's a good fit for you. Hey, I hope you have a great week.